Hi teachers, in this video we're going to walk through the Read and Write extension, the Screenshot Reader, and the PDF Reader extension. They're all part of the Read and Write suite, so if you have a premium license for Read and Write, you get all three of these things. They do different things, so I want to walk through what they do and what's best in different situations. So all three of these are going to help you read PDFs, which are typically inaccessible, meaning that they're not done in a type of language that a computer can quickly read. So if we use the Screenshot Reader, which is on the Read and Write toolbar, in order to make this fully function, you do need the Screenshot Reader extension that runs in the background. That is already loaded in the Chrome Web Store, where any user in our district can quickly download that extension. And all students already have the Read and Write extension on their list of extensions, so they don't need to download that. So if they come over here and they click on the Screenshot Reader, because I have that other extension, I will just drag this target sign around whatever text I want it to read, allow it to OCR the text, which is a big fancy acronym that basically stands for it's reading the text and it's determining what the text says. This does take time, and depending on how large of a section you have and how many other things you have running on your computer, it can be a little longer than most people want. If you're obviously it's taking longer
What
because
caused the Civil War? The difference of interests between North and South.
So it took a little bit longer because I'm currently recording my screen while doing this. When I do the Screenshot Reader, I can play, pause, stop. The minute I click stop, though, it ends, or click that X, it's going to end that screenshot read. And then if I want to go back and read it again, I will have to re-scan that text. So that is how the Screenshot Reader works. What is the benefit of using the Screenshot Reader with a PDF? Well, you can select little pieces. It's great if you don't need to read a whole bunch of text. It can be a little bit more challenging if you need to read a whole PDF. The other benefit of the Screenshot Reader is this will work in any site. So if you perhaps have a PDF that's been put in a Google slide, this is what you want to use to read that PDF within the Google slide. Now, fortunately, they do offer another tool. So we're going to flip tabs here. And they actually offer a tool called the PDF Reader. So when you first load the PDF Reader, you have to have this PDF somehow accessible through your Google Drive. Now, teachers could assign the PDF to students in Google Classroom, and then they can open the PDF with this app. So the PDF Reader is actually an app that is also an extension, but they kind of work together. So what happens is when I get this PDF Reader extension, I can then open files from my Google Drive, and I have the full reading tools available. So I don't need to highlight over the text and force it to do the read aloud. I actually have some of the same tools that I have on the regular read aloud read and write toolbar. So I still have the hover text, I have both dictionaries, the play, pause, stop. I even have a Screenshot Reader within this in case there are further things like graphics that have text in them that you need to read. I have a translator, one highlighter, but then you can see I get all of my highlighters here. I have the collect highlights, the vocabulary tool, screen masking. I can do typewriter notes. I can push pin notes, and then I have drawing tools and shapes drawing. Now, this only works with a full PDF. So this is not going to work with a PDF that has been copied on top of a slide within Google Slides. However, if you have the full PDF document, students can open their text this way, and then they can have it read aloud this way. So now, if I go back up to the top here and I hit play,
Ohio Reading Restart Plan 2020.
It just reads the text like it normally would with that regular toolbar on a regular web page. So that's the big difference between the two. Students have access to all of them. So if I go into the Chrome Web Store and I look at the Fort Olmsted section, you'll notice here's that PDF reader. Here's the regular read and write extension, and then here's the screenshot reader. Students can put all three of these on their profile. They don't technically need to have any of them pinned. Unless if they need to select them, they can select them from this list as well, whatever you think would be easiest for students. Now, I want to real quick show if we go into Drive and we pull up a PDF in Drive. When you have that PDF open in Drive, all you need to do is come up and click the Open With and then select Read and Write for Google Chrome, and it will automatically open it through that PDF reader so that they get all of those special PDF reader tools on the top. If you have any questions about this or need individual walkthroughs, don't hesitate to reach out. I would think about what would be best for your students in this case. I definitely love the PDF reader more than just always using that screenshot reader, but on the other hand, the screenshot reader works across all different web pages, where the PDF reader, you have to have an actual PDF in order to make it work. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any other questions.